Why is the Pikes Peak region so unique? Today we're going to talk about that. Stay tuned to the end. So before we get into the meat and potatoes of this, guys, I just want to say that if you've got any real estate needs out here in the Pikes Peak region at all, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. If you're looking at buying or selling, or you're just moving out here and you've got questions, please reach out to us and ask those questions. We're here to help. We'd love to be your agent during this process too, but even if we can't be your agent, we'd still love to help. We have a huge heart for that. We love this area, and we definitely want to have everybody coming out here have the best possible situation and the best possible time when they do that, and we would love to help you with that. You can do that through either calling or texting us at 719-266-2725, or you can email us at info@jdmurrayt.net, and we will answer those questions and help you out as quickly as we can. All right, getting into the actual meat and potatoes of this video. So what does make the Pikes Peak region so unique? Well, for one, it's just a cool place to live. You're in America's mountain. I mean, I'm sure even if you've never been here, you've heard of Pikes Peak. Most of us haven't heard of Mount Elbert or the other 14ers that are outside of Denver, but we've all heard of Pikes Peak. There's a lot of history that goes behind that as well. And it's a really cool 14,000 foot mountain that you can literally drive up to the top of, or take the cog railway up to get up there and actually see a spectacular view and enjoy being 14,000 feet above sea level. Pretty cool thing. So that's definitely one thing that draws everything, is just the name on there. Some other awesome things about this area is we've got Colorado Springs, and we have a lot of really cool mountain communities that are around Pikes Peak as well. And those communities provide so much ability to find jobs out here. We have multiple military bases out here. We got the Air Force Academy. We got Peterson Space Force Base. It's not Air Force Base anymore, Space Force Base. We got Schriever Air Force Base. We've got the Cheyenne Mountain Complex, and we've got Fort Carson, all right here within El Paso County, that are all right here with lots of military service members that are coming in and out all the time. And it is a really cool place to get stationed. I was stationed here, and that's why I retired here, because it was a beautiful place to be and a really cool place to be that we loved quite a bit. So it was a spectacular place to come into because of that. But because of all those military bases, we also have lots of military contract positions that are out there, a lot of technology positions that are growing out there too. And Colorado Springs as a whole, and the region as a whole, is really growing, and it's growing quickly. Folks are enjoying living in the Colorado Springs area, the Pikes Peak region, a lot more than Denver, because it's a lot more affordable than Denver. When you look at the average house costs, they're in the El Paso County area, and it's in the low 500s compared to Denver, which, depending on what part of Denver, and you could be in the mid 600s on the low end to the mid 800s on some of the higher ends for just an average cost home. Way more expensive, way more populated. Some would say poorly laid out as well out there in Denver. Some wouldn't. I know folks that love Denver. Folks that don't love Denver are folks that don't love Denver. So, but it's one of those things that you can actually get into and look at, come out here and experience. We've got an airport that's out here, a nice local airport. It is much smaller than Denver International. And even though you might have a connecting flight that goes into Denver, when you live here in this area, it is so much more worth it to fly out of there than flying out of Denver. You're going to save money on parking. You're going to save time on lines. You're going to be able to find parking easier, much closer. It's just so much more intimate and a lot quicker. And for us, it's a lot more comfortable to be able to fly out of that too. And you've also got the I-25 corridor that goes north and south that can get you so many places so quickly as well. And you got some amazing mountain communities that are right there next to it. So even if you're working down in Colorado Springs, you can live up in the mountains easily and enjoy actually mountain life in Colorado while still working down in Colorado Springs, where there's a lot more job opportunities down there too. I did that for 5 years before I retired in the military when we moved here. And then my wife did that for a while also. There's lots of folks that do that will completely do that. Not the travelers. Oh man, and it's not the road warrior, because that's not really that far. Commute. That's the word I was looking for. They'll do that commute down there a lot. And they enjoy that because it's a beautiful commute compared to sitting in traffic coming out of Denver, going to Colorado Springs or vice versa on I-25. Even doing that is really beautiful compared to sitting on I-95 back east. Did that a lot, grew up on the East Coast. I love the mountains so much more. And in reality too, when you hear Colorado Springs and Denver, if you've never been here before and you've been to some of those major cities out east, you're going to think, oh, Denver's probably the size of Miami, or, well, not maybe New York, because New York is huge, but like the size of Dallas or something like that. It feels like that to us that have lived here for a long time. But then when you go back and visit one of those major cities, you realize we're really not that big. And I love that out here too. I grew up in a huge city, grew up north of Miami and Fort Lauderdale. Not a huge fan of just nothing but crowds and people all over the place. I like to be able to choose if I'm going to be in a crowded area or if I want to go out and be in more of a natural outdoor type area too, just to be able to have that release and that relief on that as well. So that's just me. But that's some of the reasons why this is such a unique area. It's also a cool area too, because you could be in these extreme mountains and not have extreme weather in the sense of like 6 feet of snow piled up outside or anything like that. So it's not like that at all. So it's not like being up in Summit County or some of the ski slope areas north of us, or even west of us out in some of the collegiates that are out there. We just don't get that much snow on average, which is great because then it means that we get to enjoy living in the mountains without being pounded by snow all the time. I mean, for crying out loud, I literally woke up this morning in Gunnison, the temperature was negative 25. Now that can happen here. It doesn't happen very often. It happens out there in that area a lot. So it's one of those great things too, of being able to enjoy all that without just being completely hardened by the winter freeze that comes in. So hope this kind of explains a little bit of what the uniqueness of living here in the Pikes Peak area. Don't forget, if you're looking at moving or selling out here and you need some help on the real estate side, I'm James Dean. I run the James Dean Mountain Homes team. We've got myself plus agents that are on the team that are here willing and waiting to help you. We want to be able to help answer your questions. We want to be able to help you with that move. Let us be your local mountain real estate experts. Our phone number is 719-266-2725. You can call or text that, and you can email us at info@jdmurrayt.net. We'd love to be able to help you with that.